Hey everybody, it's Rebecca from DevourDinner.com and welcome to my kitchen. Happy Sunday, everybody. I'm so glad you're here, that you're joining in with me live on yet another Sunday. So as we're getting people on, I'm going to drop some links in the sidebar for you so that you guys know what recipes we're working on today. And we will wait until we get the okay. There we go. All right, as people start jumping in, please say hello. Tell me where you're from. Ann, can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Tell me if you can hear me. Super important. Hi, Gail. How are you? That is awesome. Hey, Casey's on. All right, Casey, listen, I'm going to give you a shout out here in just a minute. We need to know some details, Casey. So give me some details in the comments about your excitement, because I don't even know gender at this point, and we'll announce it. As we're waiting for people to come on and be welcomed over, Gail, do we have the thumbs up from our Instapot 101 family? Let me know before we jump in and get started. Hi, Amy. Hi, Trisha. Hi, Shelly. How are you? Welcome to the Instapot recipe for beginner group as well. I love that we have so many groups that are jumping on now and being a part of things. We're starting to get more jumping on, so this is great. Okay, you guys, I have put in the top comments as well as in the description the recipes that we're going to be doing today. I am super, super excited. Those of you who are on right now, give this video a thumbs up. Right now, give it a thumbs up, give it a heart. And if you're not following me, please follow me on Devour Dinner. I'll tell you what, we can have some real exciting news of something that happens while I'm live because of each of you. Okay, so I don't want to jinx it, but make sure you give this video a thumbs up or give it a heart and follow my Facebook page. We're going to jump in and we're going to start this recipe. I've got so many hellos. Hi, Candace. Hi, Jerry. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Jolene. Gail, you are certainly welcome. Gail is a huge supporter. It helps answer questions with the Instapot Recipes 101 for beginners. Amy, as well as a moderator over there, and helps so much answering questions, along with so many of my top fans, which are you guys. You help welcome all those new people who come week after week, and I love it. Like, I am so tickled and so blessed because of each of you. So if you guys will just take a minute and give this video a thumbs up or give it a heart, I would appreciate it. And if you follow me as well on Facebook, I'm telling you, I will be tickled pink. Last week, we had record-breaking numbers, record-breaking viewers, record-breaking followers, record-breaking minutes watched. We had it all. And when the live was done, I have to tell you, I sat down and I cried. They were happy tears. I was speechless. For the longest time, you guys were so kind, and your comments and everything else, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you. It gives me chills even just talking about it. So thank you for all that you do, for those thumbs up, the shares. You guys shared the video an astronomical amount of time. You guys know how important that is for a blogger to have their content shared. It is just so kind. So thank you. Hello, Denise. Hello, Carol Ann. Hello, Linda, Kim, Amber. Hey, Cindy. Cindy's on. I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome, Cindy. Hello, Holly. Amy. Hello, Amy. Okay, you guys, we're going to get started. We have about 300 of you watching. We're making 2 recipes today. The 2 recipes that we're making are Chinese takeout recipes. We're going to be making Mongolian beef and sweet and sour chicken. I'm going to go ahead and redrop those links just so that we can get them back where you guys can see them. Again, I'm going to be using both my Instapot and my Milthy Multi-Pot. You guys remember, if you're interested in the Milthy Multi-Pot or the new 2.0, I have a coupon code for you and a link as well. So let me tell you about that just really quick. The Milthy Multi-Pot 2.0, that's their brand new model. that just came out is on sale right now for $99.95, so it's like $20 off. You can use my personal code, which is Devour Dinner, all one word, all caps, for an additional $10 off. So you're going to get a 6-quart electric pressure cooker that has accessories with an extra sealing ring that comes with it, a steamer basket, silicone hot pads. It's wonderful. It is such a deal. So if you're interested in that, use my code Devour Dinner, one word, all caps, at checkout at Milty.com for that $10 off. Okay, let's dive into this, you guys. We've just had a whole new surge of people jump on. Please like this video and follow me. In fact, let's just check on something really quickly, because I am serious when I say there's something pretty exciting that could happen while we're live today. So hold on. We are going to check this out. Okay, so keep liking the video, guys. Keep doing all of that. Keep following me. We're rocking and rolling, okay? Let's get started. First of all, we are going to set both of these pressure cookers to saute. We're going to get them going. We're going to get them warming up so that they get hot inside. And it takes a few minutes to get them hot. And when you're heating up inside, I store my lids upside down so that air can flow. But as soon as we're turning power onto them, make sure to remove your lids, because they can get hot enough where they could melt some of the plastic. So let's just move those out of the way really fast. Oh my gosh, we have so many new people. Let's see, Jeannie, Lisa, Patty, Andrea, Robin, Barbara. Okay, huge shout out. Guess what, you guys? One of our viewers, in fact, one of my top fans, had a baby last night. So I want to congratulate the Johnson family on their brand new bundle of joy. They messaged me this morning and said they may not be here live because they're in the hospital. They just had a baby, but congratulations to them and their new bundle of joy. I can't wait to see the baby and cheer you guys on. If they happen to still be on, I'd love to know if they've told us any gender or anything yet. Nope, I don't see it yet. Okay, hi Dee, how are you? Shelly, welcome again. Let's welcome the two groups. Instapot 101 for beginners, welcome, welcome, and Instapot recipes for beginners as well. We've got two groups joining us. And let's dive in. You guys are awesome as we're doing this. Don't hesitate to throw your questions over here as well. Hey, we have a first-time watcher. Laura is new. Welcome. I hope you come back week after week. Okay, these are heating up. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with our Mongolian beef recipe. With Mongolian beef, we are going to use some flank steak. Now, it can get pretty expensive, flank steak. It's also so tender and so tasty. It is my favorite cut of beef. With this recipe, calls for soy sauce, brown sugar, garlic, ginger, some hoisin sauce, and some beef broth. And that's it. So as we're waiting for our pressure cookers on saute to warm up, I'm just going to quickly cut this flank steak. Now, flank steak comes kind of in a roll, okay? We're going to use about 1 pound, and I'm going to keep it rolled up. It makes it super easy for what we're doing. And I'm cutting it in about 1-inch strips is what I'm doing. And then I will cut each strip into bite-sized pieces. Because again, I don't want to serve this meal and have pieces of meat that need to be sliced or cut or anything of that nature. So we'll get going that way. All right, so these will make a long strip, okay? It's a little thicker than my finger. And I'm going to take each strip and I'm just going to cut it into bite-sized pieces. And I'll give you guys a top down here in a minute. but I don't want to switch cameras while I've got my hands covered in meat. So I'm just taking it and slicing those into bite-sized pieces. The things that I love about flank steak, you guys, flank steak is so tender. I love to marinate flank steak and grill it up as well. It is just excellent. You can usually find a decent deal with flank steak at some of your larger warehouse stores, Costco, Sam's Club, if you have those in your area. For this recipe, what we're going to do is I'm going to add, you can add olive oil or a little bit of butter to the bottom of the Instapot, and then we're going to add the beef. And the beef is going to cook for about 90 seconds to 2 minutes, and then we're going to stir it and let it cook some more and just brown on the other side. All right, we almost have this cut up. I'm going to show you top down. We'll take one off. Here we go. All right, there's our top down. You can see they're just nice bite-sized pieces, all ready to go. And we are cruising. All right, are we hot? We are. I'm going to add a little bit of butter today. It's just going to melt in the bottom. And then we're going to add, you guys know, Redmond salt. And this is the Redmond garlic pepper. I'll drop a link for that as well. I always like to season my protein really nicely. Okay. So all I did was put the beef inside with the butter and kind of spread it out. I'm not going to stir it because it's going to stick to the bottom right now. As it cooks and it sears and it browns that edge, then it will lift up all on its own. And so I'm going to let it do its magic before I stir it up. So we'll get this out of the way. And now let's mix up our ingredients. So for our ingredients, we're going to use a little bit, it's like a half a teaspoon of sesame oil. We are going to use, let's see, calls for 3/4 of a cup of beef broth. You can use a low sodium beef broth and low sodium soy sauce if you wish. It also calls for some hoisin sauce. Hoisin is a thick sauce that we add to it, as well as some ginger, just some powdered ginger. And then, let's see. We're going to add about 1/3 of a cup of soy sauce as well. So we're going to stir that up. We're going to add in brown sugar and let that kind of melt down in. And that is our basis for our sauce. After it's done cooking, we're going to add in a cornstarch slurry to thicken it up. So it's fabulous. All right, I'm going to add a little bit of crushed garlic to our beef. And we're going to go top down for you guys, because I know you love it. Let's get some things out of the way. lot going on today, you guys. Kind of crazy. All right. You guys see that okay? So it sticks pretty well until it's ready to lift. And then once it lifts, I can stir it so we can cook the other side of this meat for about 90 seconds as well. It's good to go. So we're going to let that sit for just a minute and clean up some of this mess. You guys know me. I always want to clean up my workstation so it's not so crazy. So this recipe will cook for 4 minutes and then it will have a quick release, at which time we will put in a cornstarch slurry where I'm going to mix up just a couple of tablespoons of beef broth along with cornstarch and mix it up and add to it. And that will thicken our sauce at the end. And you'll want to serve this over rice. You could serve it over vegetables or zoodles if you're watching your carbs as well. And it's just an excellent, yummy recipe. In fact, my picky eater said a minute ago, Mom, so when you push that off camera, can I take it and eat it? He is already drooling, chomping at the bit, ready for this recipe, which is super fun. So I love it. Okay, so we still see lots of red and pink, and that's exactly what we want. Now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to add in our sauce. Now we want to make sure that we deglaze the bottom of the pot. So I'm going to turn this off so it stops the heat from the bottom. And we're going to pour in this liquid. I'm going to give it a quick stir, make sure nothing is settled. There we go. All right, to deglaze the bottom of the pot, for all of you that are new to pressure cooking, what that means is to take a thin liquid and then lift up anything that might be stuck on the bottom so that you don't get that dreaded burn notice. All right, super important to do. Once we've lifted anything that might have gotten stuck off the bottom, we can then grab our lid, which I've tucked out of the way. We're going to close this up. We're going to set to pressure cook, and we're going to use the plus and minus keys until we get to 4 minutes, at which point it's going to take just a minute and it'll beep at us. It's going to tell us that it accepted those readings and it's going to start the cooking process. That's the beep that we're looking for. Now, make sure that your pressure valve in the back is pushed to the back. Let's go top down for a minute. So this pressure valve right here, this wobbly, this is supposed to be wobbly, but you want to push it towards the back so that it's closed and that the lid is locked. So that's super important. Okay, recipe number 1 is now in the works. It's going to take a few minutes for that bottom element to heat up, create steam to seal this off, and then it's going to cook for 4 minutes, and then we will do a quick release. A quick release just means that we're going to open this valve all on its own, and we're going to let that steam shoot up to the ceiling and let that pressure release. Super simple, all right? At that point, we're going to make a cornstarch slurry to add in to thicken that sauce, and I'm going to throw in some matchstick carrots, and then I'm going to let it just sit for about a minute so that those carrots can soften, and then we'll garnish it with some green onions and, of course, some sesame seeds. It's a fast, easy meal. Okay, let's push this aside, get some of these things out of the way, and bring this back up. All right, I know we've got a whole bunch of new people on. If you haven't liked this video, please like this video. Give it a thumbs up and give it a heart. If you share it, it's even better. Each week I try to share with you guys how important it is for small businesses such as myself when you like, comment, and share our content. And it helps us so much. Whether you do it for me or for other bloggers, that you enjoy their recipes. It's just so important. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank you because it means it means so much. So thank you for that. If you haven't followed me on my Facebook page, Devour Dinner, please take a moment and follow me. That way you get notifications on recipes as they come out. So we're going to move this right out of the way and let it do its thing. Let's start on recipe number 2. So we have our Instapot heated up. I'm going to add a little bit of butter to the bottom. We're going to let that melt. And then I'm going to add in the chicken that I've got. We're also going to use our Redmond salt, get some salt and some pepper going on. Now, you guys see me use this all the time. This is a product that I literally use nonstop, is this Redmond salt. It's mined down in Utah. I do have a code for it as well. So I'm going to drop my link. Redmond salt, if you use code Devour Dinner, one word, all caps, at checkout on the Redmond salt page, you'll get a discount. I think it's a 15%. It might only be a 10%, but every little bit, as you guys know, adds up, and it's super important. Okay, we're going to cook this until it's no longer pink. So we're just going to let that sit for just a minute, and in the meantime, we're going to mix up our sauce for our sweet and sour chicken. All right? And let's see. So I've got an empty bowl here. And we're going to use some soy sauce. Now you can use low sodium soy sauce to cut out some of those salts that are in there. That is just fine. It calls for brown sugar. And then we're going to use some rice wine vinegar, as well as I like to throw in a little kick of some white vinegar as well to get kind of that tangy into all of this. And then we're going to add some ketchup. And we're going to mix this up. We're just going to mix this up, and I'm going to add to it some of the pineapple juice that we're going to use from this recipe. I'm going to leave a little behind so I can make my cornstarch slurry at the end. And we're just going to stir this up. Now, if you had a little whisk, you could use a little whisk to break up and get that ketchup to all incorporate in. If not, don't worry about it. It's really okay. It's all going to mix up once the cooking process happens. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic to my chicken, because you guys know that I love that. And let's see, oh good. So our chicken is now lifting so I can stir it. We'll go top down, let you guys see that. There we go. So there's our chicken. And we're just sauteing that up a little bit. I'm going to go back to the questions, you guys. I haven't gotten to say hello to you guys. Okay, here we go. Big shout outs. Amy says my two favorite. Teresa says you are making me hungry. Let's see. Gail is saying 3 to 4 chicken breasts. I use about a pound. So today I use ginormous chicken breasts, so I only use 2. But you can add in extra. There's plenty of sauce. You wouldn't have a problem doing 1.5 pounds of chicken with the same amount of sauce in this recipe. So that's easy. Hello, Peggy. How are you? Amy, one of my top fans, is saying she posts the recipe at the top after the live, if I remember it correctly. Yes, in the description of this post, the recipe links will be posted there as well. They're getting dropped in the comments periodically. I know you guys can't scroll all the way up to the top, That's sometimes hard. Juanita says, thank you for 2 yummy recipes. You love my t-shirt. Do you sell them by chance? Juanita, I don't sell them yet, but I'm having so many of you guys ask about them. I'm thinking of putting them up on the site so that they're available. And they're kind of fun. They're super comfy. They make the company that I use, they're like, oh, they're so soft. It's just so comfortable. This is a women's cut that I just love. All right, I'm going to scroll up and see if I can't catch some of these others. Hello, Patty. Hello, Virginia. Virginia says, I love watching and learning how to cook and new things. Virginia, thank you so much. Diane, welcome, Diane. Diane's one of my top fans. In fact, I think Diane has been my first top fan. So welcome, Diane. Super kind. She's got great advice. We just love her. Kathy says hello from San Diego. Heather, cooking right now in New York. Awesome. Added mushrooms as well. Heather, I love it. I post these recipes early so you guys can get the ingredients and you can cook right along with me because it's fun. Like, I love it. That's why I ask you to join me. Come and be a part and just join in. And if you don't want to cook along, say hi. Ask Instapot questions. Another thing to point out is a lot of times we use the terminology Instapot for pressure cooker. All of these recipes that I do work in an Instapot. They work in a Milthy multi-pot. They'll work in a Ninja. They'll work in lots of brands of electric pressure cookers. So keep that in mind when you're looking at these recipes, that a lot of times they'll just say Instapot. And that's because of the brand name that everyone kind of groups it under. So keep that in mind. All right, our chicken is pretty much ready to go. So I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to add our thin liquid, all right? And I'm going to deglaze the bottom of the pot again. Super important to do that. And remember, deglazing is just lifting up any of those stuck pieces that might be there from when you saute so that we don't get the burn notice. All right? And if there is any of the pieces of chicken that are clumped together, kind of break those up. We'll give you a top down. Let's see what that looks like. There you go. So there's plenty of liquid going on, and the chicken's going to get cooked up the rest of the way. All right? Now, this recipe cooks for 5 minutes. So we're going to come over here. We're going to pressure cook, and we're going to adjust the plus and minus keys to 5 minutes. We're going to close our pressure valve in the back, and we're going to wait for the multi-pot to acknowledge the settings, and it's going to beep at us. So this is now ready to start its cooking process, and we're going to set it off to the side. Once this is cooked for 5 minutes, we're going to open it up, and we're going to add onions, and we're going to add bell peppers. Today I'm using a red, green, and an orange bell pepper that I've already chopped up. We're going to throw those in, give them a quick stir, put the lid back on for an additional 1 minute to help cook up those bell peppers. If we added the bell peppers right now, they would be mush. And bell peppers mushy are no good. We know that. So we're just going to add them for 1 minute at the very end, and I'm going to show you how easy that is to do. Okay. You guys heard this. Our Mongolian beef is done. So let's get that out. We're going to make a quick slurry here with a little bit of beef broth. And we're just going to use a little bit of cornstarch. And we're going to stir that up. Okay, now I know some of you are afraid to open pressure cookers and let the steam out. I don't blame you, not at all. So let's show you how I do it. I like to use another accessory, a spoon, a fork, a spatula, anything so that I'm not touching it. and you just push it forward, and the steam is going to shoot up. I'm going to turn it that way. The steam will go off, and when the pressure's all released, then the pin will drop, and that's when we know we can open up our pressure cooker, and it's safe. So it'll just take a minute. Alrighty here, let's see where we're at. Where's my mouse? All right, you guys, listen. There's some exciting things that really could be going on right now as we're live, and I'm going to refresh this page and see where we're at. Each week when I do lives, more and more of you start following me, and it just tickles me to death. You guys, we just hit it. Okay, you guys, guess what? Devour Dinner Facebook page just hit 20,000 followers because of you. 20,000 followers, you guys. I want you to know it's not about the numbers, it's about the people. Each one of those numbers represents one of you. And that's what I love. It's more friends to join into this family at Devour Dinner, and it means the world to me. Oh my gosh, you guys. Woohoo, do a little dance. Okay, thank you, thank you. Let's get back to cooking. The pin just dropped. We're going to open it up. We're going to remove the lid. And I'm going to show you how quick this happens. So let's move some stuff out of the way. We're going to turn it off, and I'm actually going to turn it on to saute. Saute gets that bottom element heating up again. We're going to get right, we unplugged. Hold on. We're going to plug this back in. We're going to press saute so we get that bottom element. I'm going to go top down, but I'm going to show you. I want you to see how, there we go. So it's kind of hard to tell, but it's a pretty thin liquid, okay? As soon as I'm going to add this cornstarch slurry right here, and then I'm just going to stir. Let's see if I can get you guys a different camera. There we go. Okay. So it's pretty thin, but this is going to thicken up as we have that bottom heating element go on. And then this will thicken up really, really nice. All right. Get that out of the way. So as the more heat that comes to the bottom, this will just thicken up. We're going to stir it occasionally. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add in the matchstick carrots to this as well. There we go. Now that heating element is kicking in. So what we're going for, obviously, is we want a nice, thick, rich sauce with the Mongolian beef. So it just coats our rice or our noodles. It's just fabulous. So if we let this cook for about, honestly, under 2 minutes is really all it needs. And I just kind of stir it so that we don't get anything scorching to the bottom. It's already thickened up quite a bit. Let it go a little bit more. Then I'm going to add in those matchstick carrots as well. Lisa says, this looks so good, I can't wait to try it. Hello from Canada. Hello, Lisa. Welcome. Teresa says, hello. Gail, you're doing fabulous over there, dropping all my links. She's a rock star. Everybody give Gail a huge shout out. Shelly's dropping links too from the other group. I appreciate it so much. It's fabulous. All right. We have so many of you on. Okay, you guys, if you have not liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please give it a heart. For those of you who have shared it, thank you. It means the world to me. It means the world. All right, let's show you how thick this is. I'm going to go to this one. There we go. Oh. See how much thicker that is? I know we're getting a lot of steam going on, so it's hard. But now you can see the bottom when I stir. Just a nice thick sauce. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn the saute off because we don't need any more heat. I'm going to add the matchstick carrots. I'm just going to give it a gentle stir, and I'm going to let it sit for a second. I'm not even really going to close the lid because we don't need to, and we're just going to move it off to the side to get it out of the way. And then we're going to clean up this little workstation here. All right, you guys, we're cruising. All right, what questions do you guys have on this? How much grated ginger would you use? Eileen, that's a great question. So if you're using fresh ginger, remember that when ginger is fresh, it has a lot more flavor to it. It has a lot more bite to it. So in this recipe, I'm using about 2 teaspoons of the powdered ginger. So depending upon how much your family likes ginger and you like that bite, I would probably start with 1 teaspoon and keep it there. And if you're not into all that heat that ginger will kind of add sometimes, maybe start with a 1/2 teaspoon or 3/4, and then you can always bump it up. That's a great question. Peggy says, I love Better Than Bouillon. Better Than Bouillon is awesome. Peggy's asking, is powdered ginger okay? Powdered ginger is what I use today, Peggy, so absolutely. Fresh does have much better flavor, but you don't always have fresh available. So it's a great option. I did notice the other day I was at a Trader Joe's. If you guys are familiar with Trader Joe's, in their freezer section, they had a little container. It was square, and it has little, like teaspoon size frozen of ginger. They also sell it with garlic and basil. And I'd never seen the ginger before, so that was kind of fun to get some fresh ginger that way that's frozen. Pamela's asking, can fresh ginger be used? Of course, it sure can. A lot of you love using the fresh. That's awesome. You can absolutely do that too. So I think I've answered the ginger questions. You're going to use less fresh ginger. Try cutting it in half, depending upon how your family likes that. Linda says, I think she said Redmond salt. It is. Redmond salt. Let's go top down. Let's go right up. There we go. Oh, it's upside down. There we go. So there's Redmond salt. That's what I'm using. We put the link in the notes, but I can do it again, and that is not a problem. Again, if you order from this company, you can get, I think it's a 15% discount by using my code Devour Dinner, all one word, which is awesome. Who doesn't like a discount, right? Kind of fun. All right, I'm going to use the rest of our pineapple juice with about 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. That was a measly one. There we go. And then we're just going to stir this up. This is for our slurry that we're going to add to our sweet and sour chicken. How much time do we got? We got 1 minute left before this beeps. We're also going to do a quick release on our chicken over here, and then we're going to be adding in our diced bell peppers. Today I'm using orange, green, and red diced bell peppers, along with some diced onion. All of these are nice big pieces. You see that? They're nice big pieces. Let's go top down. I'll give you a good view. There we go. You can see how nice and big those pieces are. Okay? So just a rough chop on these bell pepper. Let's open this up. We're going to get it away from the computer. Again, you can use a spoon, a fork, anything to push that pressure valve open. For those of you who have done it a lot like myself, you might just use your finger and just open it up. keep in mind, if it ever starts spitting liquid, you can very easily close the lid, that pressure valve, and that is called an intermittent pressure release. So you're letting the things inside settle, and then you'll open it up again. That way you don't have all that spitting. And sometimes that occurs when you're cooking pasta, because pasta will be starchy. Or if you're cooking something that's really full in there, you might need to do an intermittent so you don't get things splattering out, because you don't want that on your ceiling or your cabinets or anywhere like that. So we'll let this pressure release, and then we're going to add our bell peppers and our onions into the pot, give it a quick stir, and we're going to put the lid back on for 1 minute so these vegetables can soften. And then we will plate up our Mongolian beef so you guys can see how yummy that is. Okay, I think we got some questions on Redmond salt. I'll jump back to Redmond's in just a minute. This is almost dropped. There we go. So the pin dropped. We're now safe to open the lid. You guys know the tip. This little bottom piece and the top piece fits very nicely, and it holds your lid. It lets all the condensation run down into the little lip, which is caught in the little cup behind, which is super handy. I'm just going to move that out of the way. We're just going to dump these in. But I bet you guys want to see this, don't you? Hold on. Let's go top down. There you go. So I'm just going to add them in. And then I'm just going to stir it. Look at all those pretty colors. Can you see those? Let's go to my other camera really quick. There we go. See all the pretty colors? It's gorgeous, isn't it? And it smells so good, you guys. All right, we're going to put the lid back on. Now, because everything is still hot in there, if we close the pressure valve, we're going to press cancel. We're going to press pressure cook and adjust down to 1 minute. And it's not going to take very long to come back up to pressure because the chicken's hot, the liquid's hot, everything in there is hot. So it's going to come back to pressure really quickly without a problem. Let's get these out of the way. Move this over for a minute. Let's go back to the Mongolian beef. Are you guys ready? So here I've got a plate of some fresh steamed white rice. I've also added some broccoli for on the side. We're going to open this up. I do like to use a ladle because we have all that yummy gravy with that beef. And here we go. Oh my gosh, you guys. It smells delicious. Let me get some of that gravy and pour on the edges. Because who doesn't love that? Here's our Mongolian beef. Oh, you guys, it smells so good. Let's give you a good camera angle, though, of this. There we go. There's our Mongolian beef. So we can go sideways. There we go. See how pretty that is? Just a beautiful, beautiful recipe. It plates up so nicely. Just gorgeous. And that's Mongolian beef, all right? Simple, easy. We can garnish it, of course, with a little bit of green onion tips. We can just scatter those around. And then we can add some sesame. You can always toast your sesame if you like, or just sprinkle it on top. And we have just a perfect Side dish. Now, when I like to plate this up for the family, I just use a big plate and put all the Mongolian beef together so that the family can dish up family style based upon what they want with a large batch of rice. Put that up here. All right, you guys ready for more questions? There was some question about garlic salt. So Redmond's makes a large variety of salts. They make a seasoned salt, a garlic salt. The salt I was using was just their fine sea salt, but I was using a garlic pepper, ground pepper. So those are the differences of the two things that I was doing. And remember that code is Devour Dinner, all caps, one word, on the Redmond website. It does give you, I think it's a 15% discount, which is fabulous. So that is great. For those of you who weren't on at the beginning, we have a link for Milthy, their Multi-Pot 2.0, which is on sale right now. It's regularly $120. It's on sale for $99.95, I believe. If you use my code Devour Dinner, all caps, one word, at checkout on the Milthy website, it'll give you an additional $10 off. And so you can get the new Milthy 2.0 for just under $90, and there is free shipping, of course. So that is a heck of a deal. The Milthy multi-pots come with the steamer basket, an extra silicone ring, silicone hot pads, as well as the trivet, and a few other things. So it's a great deal on either of those, should you guys be interested. I'm going to say hi to some more of you. Those of you that are here right now, if you haven't liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Follow me on Facebook. I would love it. We just hit 20,000 followers. That's you guys. 20,000. I'm tickled. I'm like giddy back here. I just want to freak out and do a little dance because that's so exciting of a milestone for me. It's not about the numbers though, you guys. It's about the people. And each one of those numbers represents one of you who comes back week after week to say hi to me. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It means the world to me. When I get these messages, from people that say, I'm so excited to go live with you. I've got my ingredients ready so I can cook right along with you. I just love it. So keep it up. Keep being you guys. It's just super important. To me, I love it. I just love it. So thank you. Peggy's like, woohoo! Peggy, you're one of my top fans. Gail says you did it. 20,000 people. I'm speechless. So much. Like, it's so hard. Lisa says, hi, Rebecca. Just got the notification. Fourth live from Georgia. Lisa, welcome. Thank you for coming back week after week. Sandy, hello, Sandy. Millie, hello. Thank you for liking. Deb, hello. Starling, hey, that's a pretty name, from Rhode Island. Welcome. I love it. I can't even keep up with you guys in these comments. Kathy says, we thank you for sharing your time and recipes as well. Kathy, you know what? You're welcome. This is what I love to do. I love Sundays for my lives. I start thinking about next week's live as soon as I finish this one on what will you guys want? What is something that you need? What are recipes that you're looking for? Because it's about you. And so don't ever hesitate to reach out and ask if there's certain recipes you're looking for. It helps me to know what to do, all right? And I love it. I love those suggestions and adding those new recipes to the website. It's so helpful. Amy says it looked like a pound. So I was using about a pound of the flank steak, and I was using about a pound of the chicken. However, with either one of these recipes, you could very easily bump your protein up 1.5 pounds and use the same gravy, the same sauce. You won't need to add any more because there's plenty. So keep that in mind. Oh my heavens, you guys. Carol says, looks amazing. Sandra, love that top down. Sandra, my camera angles are my favorite. When I figured out how to do that for you guys so that you could see a nice front view, a top view, or a side view to help you really know what I'm doing, I was tickled. And it sets me apart from the other bloggers at this point who haven't jumped on that bandwagon, but it's so fun. It's so fun to be able to show you guys these different angles. Of course, my new studio is new as of January, and I'm loving being in my studio. It's just so much more open, and I feel like I'm getting you guys better content, which is what I love. We added this week a pot and pan rack. These two pots over here are from Milthy. They're the 10-inch frying pans. By the way, my code Devour Dinner works on those as well. So you get $10 off of those pans. This is the stainless steel and then the non-stick. They're excellent pans that I really enjoy. All right, this is finally pressured back up. We've got 1 minute and it's going to stop and tell us we're going to release the pressure. We're going to add our slurry. We're going to add our pineapple, and then we're going to be plating up. So fast and easy, you guys. So let's see here. Get rid of a little bit more stuff. I'm going to move this further out of the way so we can bring this one in. Get you guys that top down all the way around. Okay, Martin says, what are you making? I just joined. Well, Martin, in our first pressure cooker, we made Mongolian beef, which we have right here now all plated up. And then in this Instapot, we have sweet and sour chicken that's almost done. Let's give you guys a top down really fast so you can see this. There we go. So there's our Mongolian beef. All right, this is ready to open up again. We're going to release that pressure and get that pressure out. We're going to remove that lid and thicken this up. So I've made a cornstarch slurry with a little bit of the pineapple juice that I reserved from the recipe and about 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. When we open up the lid, I'm going to turn it back to saute. So we have that bottom heating element as I throw the slurry in so that can thicken up. And it thickens up pretty quickly. And then we're going to throw in our pineapple on top because, of course, biting into some pineapple is just heaven sent. We love that. So that's what we're making, Martin. Welcome. Bob just got here. You're asking the same question. I hope you've been here long enough to hear that answer. Sandy says, I'm eating chicken right now. Would rather be eating what I'm making. Well, Sandy, next time, make sure to get the ingredients and follow along. Megan is asking, I can't see to like the page. So if you go to Devour Dinner on Facebook, there's a little button that says like. You just press that little button. It's right under the main picture, and it says like, and then there's one that says follow. If you hit the like, it automatically follows as well. And so if you hit those buttons, then you'll be following along. Teresa's asking, what time is dinner? I'll be over tonight. You know what? Let me tell you guys something. As soon as the live turns off, my neighbors know that they can come over and eat. And they're here almost instantly. And it's hilarious because they just come and they bring their paper plates or their Tupperware or whatever, and they just make a plate, and they stay and visit for just a couple of minutes, and then they're gone. And it is so fun. It is so fun. All right, the pressure valve just released, so we're going to open the lid. Oh my gosh, you guys. Yum. Yum, yum. All right, it's hard to see down in there. We're going to turn this off. We're going to press saute. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Press saute. And I'm going to add the cornstarch slurry to this. And then we're going to stir. And this will thicken up pretty quickly. For whatever reason, this recipe thickens much quicker than the Mongolian beef. I don't know why that is, but right now you can already tell that it is pretty darn thick. Let's go to this camera. There we go. So you can see how thick that sauce is for the sweet and sour. My lens is getting fogged up though. All right. We're going to add in our pineapple because we love that, right? Give it a quick stir. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. And we're going to plate it up. These are my favorite, these little ladles. Got another plate of just rice. And we are just going to scoop this up and load it up. I'm already making a mess, you guys. And of course, I love to add this yummy sauce all around this rice. It's fabulous. And here we go. All right, let's give you guys camera angle here. There you go. There is the sweet and sour chicken with bell peppers and pineapple all ready for you. We'll get you this angle as well. There we go. Look how beautiful that is. We'll turn this around. Doesn't that look delicious, you guys? So good. You guys, that is like beautiful. These are our 2 recipes today. Of course, you guys have seen me make cashew chicken, which happens to be my personal favorite recipe. And we love to do family style Chinese. So I will make multiple of these batches. And then we sit down as a family. I invite my college age boys home and we sit down and we share memories and we laugh and we giggle. And everybody gets a plate full of so many great flavors. And it's so easy, you guys. It's a fraction of the cost of what you'll buy takeout for. And it tastes so much better. You can control the sodium in it. And you're gonna love it. So I hope you guys try this. If you make any of my recipes, take a picture, tag me on social media at Devour Dinner so that I can see it. If you share it into a group like Instapot 101 for Beginners or Instapot Beginner Recipes or any of the larger Instapot groups, make sure to use one of your photos and put the link to the recipe to share with others with the reasons why you enjoyed it, whether it's my recipes or somebody else's. Let me tell you, we will see an instant jump in traffic onto our pages, and we notice. I guarantee you, we notice. And I always go looking for who has dropped one of my links in one of these large communities to thank them, because it's so important to me. It means the most. So if you haven't liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Follow me on Facebook. I've given you the 2 codes, one word, Devour Dinner, all caps for both Redmond Salt and Milthy. You can get discounts on not only the multi-pot 2.0, but the crisp lid, their stainless steel or their non-stick skillets, and it's fabulous that way. Oh my gosh, we still have so many beeps going on, you guys. Let's see. Peggy says, thank you. You're welcome, Peggy. Carol. You guys are awesome. Okay, I can't possibly read all these questions. Eat more rice, LOL, from Peggy. Keep me in a job. I'm in rice country. I'm a rice eater, big time. Even though I live in potato country, I love rice. We go through quite a bit of it here. Tish says, let's see. Hi, Tish. How are you? Mary says, looks so good. Gail says, I have a whole pack of paper plates. There's not enough for us all. No, there's not this time. But you know what? I would love to do meet and greets when I travel and meet some of you guys in the areas that I go to, because I'm so grateful for each of you. And I can't thank you enough. You guys helped me to get to 20,000 followers on Facebook, which is huge and phenomenal. So thank you, thank you. You guys make my day every single Sunday when I come live to you. So those are my 2 recipes today. Thank you so much. Remember, as you spend this next week, be kind to each other, and remember to be kind to yourself. It's a hard world out there, and there's a lot that goes on. And just remember to be kind. Spread that kindness to others and brighten somebody else's day. It'll come back to you tenfold, I promise. All right, you guys. Until next week, I'm going to peace out. I'm Rebecca from devourdinner.com. Thank you so much. You have an awesome week, and we'll see you later. Bye.